and your dog licked your makeup. I hope you get ready for work and you can't find your shirt. I hope you go on a date and your man asks for space with no place for excuses. I hope he chuck deuces. I hope all your plans fail with no money for bail and you end up in jail, but you live to tell where your space is invaded by the hate.
Oh, y'all, excuse me, because you know how much I hate to interrupt this flow. So let me hurry up and get through this, because you can go back to do what you gotta do, and I can go back to doing what I gotta do. And I made an illustration just to make it easier for everybody. All right, this is me. And this is you, okay? And this could be a family, friend, co-worker, alone in the world with a little cat dog. I don't care who it is, to whom it may concern. However, when we get together, it is now us. You know what always gets me is, when we first start out, it's always cool, calm, and collected. I like it that way. But somewhere along the lines, you realize, this is you once again, realizing that you like to play games. Okay, you have become so fascinated with playing games that now all of a sudden you think that you could play with me. Here's you thinking that you can play with me. That's crazy. It's honestly crazy, but obviously you like to live on the edge. Okay, now you realize that you found a new love for these games, that you want to incorporate them in your everyday lifestyle. You are dedicated to the process. You are even willing to bet it all. Now, here's this person who knows what I know. And they know that you are in a great deal of trouble, okay? What a dummy is what you call it. Because to bet all of that and to only be left with my ass to kiss is diabolical. It's honestly insane if you ask me. All right now. All right, because the thing is this. Let me break it down for anybody who may be a little confused in translation. Here you are with the right idea, but the wrong bitch. Okay? It's very simple. It's extremely simple, okay? Right idea, once again, wrong bitch. Yeah. So now that I have gotten wind of what you think is about to take place, I am pointing you in the direction of where maybe someone would like to play games, okay? Which is all the way over there, okay? Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Okay, I want you to go further, and further, and further away. You're so excited to continue on with these games that you're like, how much further do I have to go? You are so busy making your way downtown, walking fast, okay? You want to get there. You're excited. And even through all of this, even through it all, I'm still being a good Samaritan, a team player, if you will. I grab my magnifying glass because I am determined to help you find you something safe to do. All right, y'all. Well, look, share with those who need to know. Have a good one.
What's up, my people? It is Friday, Freedom Friday, Fun Friday. Let me see who's in the house. I didn't think I would get too many people tonight, but we have who we have, and that's okay with me. Let's see who we're doing tonight. Also, we are live on Twitch. If you have Twitch, guess what? All in the queue is on Twitch. We on Twitch. I'm going to be doing something a little different on the Twitch platform. So you're going to want to subscribe to that channel or that platform. On Twitch, I am all in the queue 2, the number 2. All in the queue, the number 2 on Twitch. We're going to be doing something over there. Very interesting. I think that a lot of you are going to like the Twitch platform, for which we're going to do something very interesting, very therapeutic, but also at the same time, you know me, all about learning. You're going to like this. I think you're going to like it. Somebody asked me to do it, and I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. And so we're going to be over on Twitch. And hello to Twitch, to everyone that is on Twitch. watching. At least I hope you're watching. On Twitch, we're going to be doing a bit of a women's speak, and then we're going to try to have some men's speak on that platform. I think it's going to be interesting, especially with the recent goings-ons with Shannon Sharp and, dating and, just all of the pressures that are going on in the world today, this Doge stuff, these executive orders. We're just going to be saying and releasing on that platform. That's what I plan on doing on that platform. It's going to be a different super over there on Twitch. All right, so let me get to speaking because we got some matters and some business to take care of tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, y'all do y'all thing with that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Saint Center, hey, how you doing? Hey, Miss Prima Donna, how you doing? Wanda Smith, what's up? What's going on? Easter Battle, I need to see you again. Will I see you at the inauguration Easter Battle? Hey, Light Within, how are you? Justin Thompson, thank you for being here. Kathy Fields, H Spag, how y'all doing? It's Friday. It's Friday. I know that. Yeah, I know the Shannon Sharp thing is the Shannon Sharp thing, along with the NFL draft that's going on right now. I know that people are talking about that. I know that people are not going to be, too interested in what I'm talking about tonight. Also, hey, Seashell, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Also, I want to thank you guys for sharing and tuning in to my live on yesterday with the mother of Kari from Linwood, Illinois, who went missing for 4 hours on April 1st, picked up by a first student van driver and then missing for 4 hours, was not dropped off to school until 11 a.m. If you have not seen that live, please watch it after this live so that you can be up to speed. Update, okay? While we were on the live, once we, finished the live, the FOIA officer, the one who said she didn't know anything about what happened or when or what, she began to message China 9 o'clock at night. We way past business hours. Okay, she messaged her to tell her that she could view the video today. Well, I feel like you had the video all day yesterday. Why did you wait until 9 o'clock to tell her she could view the video today? Okay, listen, this all in the Q platform ain't nothing to mess with. Y'all doing y'all thing out there. Y'all are making a difference in people's lives. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being a part of this platform and advocating when we need to, because y'all did that. Okay, y'all did that. However, the mother was not feeling well, so she decided to postpone the viewing until Monday. And so allegedly, because I don't know for sure, but allegedly, they have the video and they have called Miss China and asked her to come and view the video. And she told them she would come on Monday. So I'll bring you guys further update on Monday. I watched it and I hope she gets answers, and I do too, because we got questions. Right, H-Bag? Well, I did anyway, and I still do. You don't lose little ones for 4 hours. You also don't take them into a whole nother city or school district either. All right. I digress. Twitch, if you're watching, you can go ahead and speak over there. Hi, how you doing? This won't be your normal content over there on Twitch, but I did want you to familiarize yourself with me and how I do things. And so here we are. Now that we got that bit of business out of the way. Yeah, we do. Now that we got that bit of business out of the way, you see the title for tonight. Tinley, I told you I was coming back. If y'all would please do me a favor. Go over, anybody, no matter who, if you're willing to do it. Go over to the Village of Tinley's page. Pick any post you want, new, old, whatever. Underneath the post in the comments, tag this video. If you can find the post about Harmony Square, which is the title of this, then put it under that one. If not, everybody just choose a random post. Put this video under there. And then you have to write under there, if they removed your comment, then Tinley Park, you should know something is going on. Because tagging a YouTube video shouldn't be a problem on a public page. All right, let's get into it. Let's just see what we're looking at first. Today, the title says Harmony Squared. This beautiful rendering. This right here, this is the backside of Harmony Square. If you look on the thumbnail that I put up for this video, you will see the actual Harmony Square. That's what it looks like right now. It's not fully finished. It's half finished. That corner is the only thing that's finished, with Tehans and Durbans, two pubs, being open so far that I know. Harmony Square. That's this. This right here, if you're looking, this is on the Village of Tinley Park's website. You go to current projects, you click on Harmony Square Plaza, and it will bring you here. Okay? This is supposed to be the project update as of March 21st, 2025. The village hosted a grand opening, celebration, ribbon cutting ceremony on March 17th. For the newly reconstructed Tehans, Durbans at Harmony Square, which will feature, so these are two separate places, two separate pubs. Tehans and Durbans at Harmony Square will feature a rooftop bar to allow patrons to enjoy the weather while listening to concerts below. Is set to host its grand opening on March the 28th, which they did. This is the picture that is on the thumbnail. This is Harmony Square. Harmony Square actually stretches from this back portion here all the way around here. There was an elementary school back here that I do believe that they built another one. And then this lot over here is the metro station. This is the metro station lot here. So there's a metro station here. Okay, it's Harmony Square right here. These are the plans. I believe the Lakota group did these plans. There's two sets of plans, one for the warmer months, summer concept, where they'll be having concerts, and there's a winter concept here with the ice rink in the middle. I don't know, these mayors, they love ice rinks. They want to have them. They want to have control of them. They just want to have an ice rink in their town. Never mind the big ice rink that is downtown Chicago. They want to have one in their own town. Okay, so be it. Here's other renderings. This is supposed to be Tehans. However, I showed you in the building isn't brown. It's white, actually. All right, and so these are the renderings. Then they want to give you some history. This is all the demolition that they did. These are all the pictures. Okay. You can go there and see those. I don't know how exciting this is going to be tonight. I hope you guys stay tuned in. Yeah. Yeah, actually it's I believe 6 acres of things going on in this place called Harmony Square. I believe it is 6 acres of things. I believe that, they're sectioned off. It's 1.6 acres on the corner, but it actually goes back further. So there's a whole, stretch. But anyway, this is what they planned. Hey, Seashell, all right. Linda Kuntz, all right. Okay, so let's talk about this. And this structures reminds me a lot of the St. Patrick's. Reminds me a lot of the St. Patrick's. St. Patrick's came. There were renderings for the building. The building actually was only supposed to be 3 stories. However, the building ended up towering so high, right, with the rooftop, and now the building is like a $6 million project, right? It went from possibly a $3 million project to a $6 million project, right? So Super Producer, is over there on the Tinley Village of Tinley Park page. I tell someone, I make a statement and I say, how does a $6 million project go from $6 million to $58 million is actually what I said. $58 million. How does that happen? How do you have a $58 million project in the middle of Tinley Park? Well, at least the downtown portion of Tinley Park. That's a lot. That is a lot of money relegated to one area. What does that sound like? To me, it sounds like Lil Stank with her Greenwood Road area, right? That's the only area she wanted to develop. That's the area that got the skate park, right? There's been a lot of improvements done in this area, right? That's what that's. But $58 million, right, in one area. If you look at this, it says 1.6 acres. There is $60 million in this one area. Somebody tried to call me a liar on the post. They said I was a liar. They asked me what I was talking about. I said, okay, I'm a liar. Tonight, we're going to find out just how much I lied. All right. So, remember down, Tinley, I don't want you to get mad at me. I want you to remember that somebody over there doxed me, right? And then start talking about me, right? Huh? Yeah. Start talking about me, right? Trying to discredit me, talking about Diane. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I have not asked, and they call me a grifter, y'all. They call me a grifter. Now, see, I was going to leave them alone after they reelected that man over there, right? But then you call me a grifter and said, I am just over there for clicks, likes, and views. Never been me, not even when I was reporting on Dalton and Thornton Township. Never been me. Always about education over here. It's education first over here. If I don't find any educational value to what I'm doing, I don't do anything. Hence, the week that I took off. I actually took the week off because I was just tired. But anyway, I digress. Someone doesn't know how to stick to a budget. $60 million though, finding good in 1.6 acres. $60 million. I mean, we didn't have any other places that needed to be built up. But that one little 6 acres. I know for a fact that further down Oak Park Avenue in Tinley, down by the skating rink, that's a TIF area, and it actually needs some attention. We could have put a lot of this attention. If we're going to send $60 million, we could have put 30 million in each area if that's what you're doing. But anyway, I digress. 60 million in one area. That to me, as a resident, I'm thinking, who paying for this? Where is this money coming from? And $60 million in this one area, is this really what we need to be spending this on? Trying to make you bad for telling the truth. Okay, Seashell, but this is what they said about me. A grifter, a liar, that I was crazy. All right. Isn't grifting when someone is asking for campaign money? Huh? Jason, that's what I thought. I mean, Justin, that's what I thought. But listen, I'm not campaigning. I'm not campaigning. I actually hadn't asked anyone from Tinley Park for anything. Nothing. I was living in peace until you doxed me. Okay, I was going to stop bothering y'all till the end. But anyway, I digress. Here we go. They called me a liar about this Harmony Square project thing. I said $58 million is a lot of money. Okay? It's so high school trying to make you get sidetracked from the truth. Smart women don't need to defend themselves. The truth does that, and we about to use it tonight. So, first, what do we do first? What have we learned through this whole entire process from Dalton? What do we do first? Right, we FOIA. We FOIA for information we want, right? So I heard, really when I began to look into this, right, it's in a TIF district. We're going to talk about TIFs later. That's a heavy conversation, and I have some visuals for you all, and I kind of have broken it up. We're going to break it up into two parts. TIF, people think that TIF money is free money. It absolutely is not free money at all. It's money that the taxpayers, your money, that you end up paying back through the increase in your taxes. So if there is nothing built in a TIF district, then guess what? Your taxes get raised, and it's not offset by the business that was supposed to be put in that TIF district. So if you build something in the TIF district, i.e. businesses, a whole bunch of businesses come in, then the taxes from the business offset the taxes from the residents, right? So, essentially, if you build something, it could level out. The businesses will pay the taxes. Your taxes don't have to increase as high. But if there's nothing there to pay the TIF bond when it's due, then the taxpayers are on the hook for the payment. And that will come in the form of raising your taxes. Okay. We'll get into that, though, at a different time. Today, I wanted to address the people that called me a liar. The people that said I was lying about how much Harmony Square costs, what was happening. So what do we do? First thing we do is we FOIA. So that's what I did, right? I FOIA'd. Let's look at what I FOIA'd and asked for. Because a little bird told me that Durbin's, that they paid for the rights to Durbin's, and that they paid for the rights to Tihan's pub, $200,000, and they paid Durbin's $500,000 to relocate them somewhere else. But they ended up relocating back in the same place. So anyway, what do? We FOIA. So I FOIA'd. I said, I would like the meeting agenda and the minutes for Durban's 500K relocation payment and funds relocation payment was paid from. The FOIA officer, who is Laura Godet, she responded, the Village of Tinley Park does not have any records that are responsive to your request. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact this office. Now, I would like to go back to something that, hey, how you doing, Sher? I would like to go back to something that Diane said in the video that I showed you guys. The one where we all were kind of upset because Diane was upset. You could hear in her voice that she was hurting. And she said that they were told, allegedly, not to answer FOIAs. So we see here, I asked a direct question. I asked for the minutes and the meeting agenda and the minutes for where Durbin's was given $500,000 to relocate, and the funds the relocation was paid from. Straightforward, right? Specific. Okay. You see there, the FOIA officer said what? They said the Village of Tinley Park does not have any records that are responsive to your request. Is everybody with me so far? You guys see, that was the answer to my FOIA. I'm going to show you the top. It came from Tinley Park. There you go. There you have it. There it is. Okay. Now, the thing that really, let's start first of all with T-Hans. This right here is from the TIF. This is the TIF, the New Bremen. You see it there. Let me enlarge it so you guys can see it better. The New Bremen TIF District number 6. Okay. This would be a list of everything that they have paid or used funds for out of that TIF. They took a TIF out for a certain amount. Out of the TIF, this is what came out of the TIF. Again, this is money that has to be paid back. So whatever is built inside of these TIFs are supposed to offset any type of tax increase, because the businesses there would pay the increased taxes to the village. And therefore, that would make the payment, the balloon payment that would have to come due for this particular TIF. In this TIF, you see this right here, they paid directly to Regis Tihan property rights acquisition, $200,000 right there. Then you see right here, the rest of the property acquisitions, they paid Tinley Park Real Estate, $1.8 million. And I think that was for a series of properties in this Harmony Square, 1.6, maybe 6 acres of land. Okay, that's the first thing, because somebody said that I was lying, that they paid for the rights to Tihan's Pub. And I said, what in the world would a village need or be getting the rights to Tihan's Pub for? Because you giving yourself a liquor license. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I told you guys on the previous live when we did the grant, I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. So I'm just going to put out here what looks funny to me. That's the first funny thing. Let's get back to the FOIA. I asked for Durbin's 500K. Where did they pay this from? When this came back to me and it was not answered, then I went on a hunt, right? Because I know that this information is correct and true, and I need to, know where it is, get the proof of it, send it to me. So let's go here. So I said, where do I start? And I actually have been looking for this information for like days, right? For like a week or so. I even took that whole week off when I was supposed to be resting, and I was combing through everything, every meeting, every agenda, everything, right? Even some things they probably didn't know I had, okay? So I said, something said to me, hey, go here and look here. So that's what I did. And I'm going to tell you where to find it. This is what you're looking at now. About to increase this. Let me show you. I'm going to scroll up because I want to go to the top and show you where to find it as well. Hello to all my Tinley people, especially the ones that call me a liar. I'm going to go show you where to go and find exactly what I found. This right here is the COW meeting minutes, or the agenda for the COW meeting, the committee of the whole meeting, okay, for May 16th, 2023. May 16th, 2023. You may go to the Village of Tinley website and go to the government portion, go to over to the meetings and minutes, and go to the COW, or the committee of the whole meeting. You're going to go to May 16th, 2023. As you can scroll, you're going to scroll here. You're going to see this. It's going to say number 6 says, discuss ordinance for calling a public hearing on the Harmony Square project. Then it says, discuss the purchase and sale of property for Harmony Square. Discuss the purchase of property from Jane Fuentes for the Harmony Square project. And discuss development agreement for Harmony Square. Then it has some lawyers, and we're going to get into these lawyers too, because this particular village, they have employed, at one point they had 3 law firms employed. I'm not the sharpest person, right? But I was not aware that one village needed 3 law firms, all of them coming with their own contracts and dollar amounts that they charge per month. Okay. Let me answer Sure. Sure, you said, so according to an article, the last Tihan, a lady decided to close. So did Tinley buy her building and land with Tihan name rights, or just the name, which wouldn't make sense, right? Okay. So they actually, it's a family business from what I've been told. If you go to the website where I showed you to go to the Harmony Square project, if you scroll down, they give you the history of Tihans. It's actually a family-owned business, right? A family-owned pub. My question was, why would a family, first of all, sell their naming rights to the village? You mean to tell me nobody in this family wants their name to open up a business? Because once you sell the naming rights, you can't open up a Tihan's pub, because that belongs to the village. But I digress. So they bought the property and the naming rights. I just showed you on the TIF, Regis Tihan, $200,000. It said property / naming rights. You're going to have more questions by the time this is over. So let's keep going. All right, so this is the agenda, let's scroll down to the Harmony Square portion. So we're going to scroll down here. This is the call for the hearing, for the public hearing for Harmony Square. It says it is required that a public hearing is held prior to adopting a development agreement within a TIF district. The purpose of the attached ordinance calls for the public hearing for consideration of public comment on Harmony Square project. Okay, cool. Nothing crazy there. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, here, the village manager, who is Pat Carr and still is Pat Carr, here are the properties. There's a list of properties that they are going to acquire. Gives you the addresses, the numbers. They're going to spend $1.9 million on these set of properties here. Okay, you see these set of properties here, $1.9 million. Then here, this is the Fuentes property that they want to acquire for $450,000, which is a part of the Harmony Square project as well. Now, let's go to this is the Harmony Square Development Agreement. Now, what does this first line right here says? It says Harmony Square Development Project will be constructed on approximately 6 acres. So tell me, why does the website say 1.6 acres? I told you guys, listen, I'm not sharp, not the sharpest pencil in the box, but look at this. On the website, it says Harmony Square is a multi-use plaza set to open in 2025 on 1.6 acres at the corner of Oak Park Avenue and North Street in the center of downtown Tinley. Well, again, I'm just asking questions. Why does this is the village board, to the village board from the village manager. This is the Harmony Square Development Agreement. Why does that first line say Harmony Square Development Project will be constructed on approximately 6 acres, the $60 million project? So I said 58, and forgive me. You're right. Whoever called me a liar, you were right. I apologize. It is a $60 million project. Lord have mercy. I do apologize. I did lie. 58, it was not 58 million. It's 60 million. $60 million project. Okay. Will include an adaptive plaza space that include open space, a concert stage, seasonal fire pits, a splash pad for summer that converts into an ice rink during the winter, and a support building for skate rentals and warming hut, as well as other amenities. Don't somebody else have a skating rink with supporting buildings, skate rentals, and a warming place and other amenities? Who else got that? Child, Lil Stank is rubbing off on so many people. I don't even know what is happening right now. Okay. This town does not even have 75,000 residents. I believe it is more like 54,000 residents. But anyway, let's keep going. The development will also include a mixed-use 5-story building, initially including 125 units. So the village will be a landlord, consisting of 62 multifamily and 63 townhome units with associated parking, and in addition, retail and outdoor surface parking for parking as required for final engineering plans as approved by the village, right? All right. Construction of the plaza will include infrastructure improvements and reconstruction of beautification of the north and south streets with brick pavers and the construction of a new road, Festival Street connecting North and 173rd Streets. Okay, now this is the discussion and the request. This particular paragraph talks about the mixed use development, and it's going to be constructed in three phases within 3 months of this project. Now, what did I ask that lady for in my FOIA? Let's look at this. I said I would like to have the meeting agenda and the minutes for Durban's $500,000 relocation payment and funds relocation payment was paid from. Right? That's what I asked for. I did. What is on this page right here? Can y'all see it? I'm going to enlarge it once again. Can y'all see it now? What did this? I highlighted it in yellow. First of all, Tinley Park. Look at the amount of incentives that the village is giving to the developer. The developer is requesting 11.650 in total financial incentives. That would be $650,000 in incentives. My God, today. Well, let's keep reading. 2.5 in land transfers to be deducted from the total incentives. The project site includes parcels owned by the village of Tinley Park. The village will convey village-owned land to developer upon proof of secured banking financing of project area. Conveyed land will be valued at $2.5 million. Now, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is what we're interested in, right? Number 2 says $1.1 million in project relocation build out costs. Relocation costs up to $600,000 for Durbans, and relocation costs for up to $500,000 for Tihans. Now, if you bought the naming rights to Tihans, who would be getting this $500,000 for relocation? Who getting that? Hold on, I'm going to switch the page for you. There you go. You see it now? Who's getting that? Let me go back up and do it again. They call me a liar. So I'm just trying to clear up the lies. Where is the lies? Who lied? I already apologized to them for lying and saying it was $58 million when it was $60 million project. Let's view that again. Tinley Park, I hope that you're viewing me tonight. Stucco, I know you're going to be mentioning me in the morning. Hello there. How are you? There it is there. The website says it's 1.6 acres. Right? Yeah. But this is the Harmony Square actual development agreement that says it is 6 acres and it is a $60 million project. In my FOIA, I asked for the meeting agenda and minutes for where Durbans was paid $500,000 to relocate and where said funds came from. They responded to me and told me they did not have any records responsive to the question that I was asking. I'm no seashell. I am always lying. Always. Okay, child. I thought I had some home training, but sometimes you slip through the cracks. But look at there. We have right here on page 21 in the packet from the COW meeting on May 16th, 2023, right here it says that they will be spending $1.1 million of the TIF funds that they asked for in incentives to relocate Durbans, which Durbans relocated back into the same spot. So how is that a relocation? I don't believe that that is a relocation in my definition of relocation, but I digress. I don't know. I told you I'm not that smart. So, but if you paying somebody to relocate, my definition of relocation is that they're relocating to another area, not the same area that they was in. That's not a relocation. But anywho, here is what I asked for right here in the minutes. So why would the FOIA officer tell me that they don't have any records responsive to what I asked for when it's right here? Anybody else viewing what I'm viewing? This is what they told me. Okay. Well, that I want to know if the village purchased the naming rights and the property from Tihans, who received this $500,000 relocation fee that we now know was put into the Harmony Square TIF district. It was paid out of the TIF district. Okay. This came from the COW meeting. So then I was like, okay, what do I do, right? I need to go. Now, that was the COW meeting, the committee of the whole, not to the village board meeting. So let me go to May 16th, 2023, of the village board meeting. You see this across the top? It says regular village board meeting agenda, May 16th, 2023. So from the COW meeting, right? That agenda item, the Harmony Square agreement, should move from the COW to the village board meeting to be approved. So let's see what we're doing here. So this is the agenda. It says consider approval of agenda. And then we're going to scroll down and we're looking for the Harmony Square agreement. It should be now moved to the village board meeting for approval. Okay. Let's see. They're doing staff appointments. Here we go. Okay. This is a consent agenda. Consent agendas. Let me give you a definition. What happens when you see a consent agenda? What they're going to do is they should read each letter. After they read each letter, then there is a vote, a yes or a no vote on the consent agenda. If you vote yes, you vote yes to everything. If you vote no, you vote no to everything. So the only way to not vote yes to something is to remove it. To say, I would like to make a motion to remove item B from the consent agenda. And if the vote goes in your favor, then B will be removed and everyone else will vote. You vote on everything else. Yes or no. That's how those work. I don't like consent agendas because there is no particular discussion. You're voting yes or no on a whole bucket of items. You see, this is a whole list. So they go from A to F. Okay, and this one got engineering contracts in it. Ain't nobody asking nothing about those. That was payment of the bills. All right. So then here go another lawyer agreement. I'm going to show you three. They had 3 lawyers at one point for this village. 3 law firms. Tinley, can you explain why you need 3 law firms to run your village when other villages only need a village attorney? I'm going to need some clarification on that. Now we see here the Fuentes property is on the agenda right here from the Harmony Square project. The other properties are on there. They're right here. This is for the Harmony Square project here. Oh, and here it is. This is saying adopting a development agreement for the development of Harmony Square in the village of Tinley Park. That agreement that I just showed you from the COW meeting that had those 2 relocation fees in there, that's this agreement. It just don't spell it out. Over there, it tells you what's in the agreement. Over here, you're just voting on it. The action says discussion. Harmony Square development project will be constructed on approximately 6 acres. The development will include, but the website says 1.6 acres. Which one is it? An adaptive plaza space. Tell you about the plaza space, fire pits, support buildings, the skates, the townhomes, the multifamily units, beautification. Let me tell you what it don't tell you. It doesn't tell you that Tehans and Durbans will get relocations fees, one of $600,000 and one of $500,000. I wonder why. Wonder why they didn't say that. Somebody's knocking on my door. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. Okay, better get Mako. That's what I say. You might need an engineer in your corner. Exactly. The math ain't math. Exactly. Somebody from Twitch finally commented. Okay, Twitch. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're buying. I'm not going to kick you off yet, but okay, cool. At least I know somebody's tuning in. They saying something. All right. So that's what this. Oh, let me increase it so you guys can see that it doesn't say anything. Doesn't tell you. Now here on the website, it says that Harmony Square is 1.6 acres. What did I say? I said this is Harmony Squared, right? Because this right here clearly tells you it is 6 acres. I thought I was crazy. I was reading this and I said the website said 1.6 acres. So I'm sitting up here looking, okay, at this agreement, it should say 1.6 acres. No, it says 6 acres. 6. This right here, the discussion is missing. It is missing the incentives that the developer asked for, including the relocation payments. One to Durbin's for $600K. But the FOIA officer told us that those records don't exist. That they didn't have anything that said that. All right, so Durbin's to get $600K, Tehans to get $500K. But if the village bought the naming rights for Tehans and Tehans is no longer owned, the rights are no longer owned by the family, then who got a relocation fee in that case? And in that case, that was not even brought over to the discussion. Concerns me, because I very interesting. It's interesting, first of all, that you said you didn't have these records, that you didn't have anything responsive to what I was asking for. Because right there is the answer to what I asked for. Wow. But the people of Tinley Park, you all still think that Diane did something wrong, that there's something wrong with Diane. Are you sure that's still the case? Are you still sure that you believe that after what I just showed you? That it's the FOIA officer thing that's blowing my mind, right? That FOIA officer thing is completely blowing my mind. Yeah, that is blowing my mind. That you told me that you all did not have what I asked you for, and I just showed you what I asked you for. Now I'm going to scroll down through here because I found something interesting in here. Let's see. These are the appointments. This is the consent agenda, considering adoption resolution, agreement, the Village of Tinley Park, and the Rory Group. This is another lobbyist. As it stands in 2023, I believe that they had at least 3 lobbying firms that they were paying. But we'll conduct an investigation of that as well. Look at here. The Delgado law firm was appointed in 2023 as special counsel. So how did they then now in 2025 are the village attorneys? That's law group 1. Nope, that's law group 2. The first law group was the Walsh law group that was up the top that I showed y'all. Here's another law firm here. See this? Klein, Thorpe, and Jenkins. 1, 2, 3 law firms moving around in this village. 3 special counsel law firms. Why do we need 3 law firms? I am so totally, I'm just not understanding that. Let me see what y'all saying, because I can't even see what y'all saying. Okay. Less than 2 acres is 65,000 square feet. Not much real estate space. Okay. Their webmaster needs to update the announcement info. Maybe. Was your FOIA response signed by someone who is the FOIA officer? Correct. The FOIA officer, you can look on the website, is Laura Godet. And it was. Because it was emailed, she typed her name in response. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. All right. Anywho, Tinley, do y'all know why y'all employing 3 law firms? I don't know if you currently still are. That's something that I'm still sifting through as far as for 2025. But most of these, I don't know if these agreements are for years or 2 years or what they are for. I saw some agreements. I'm gathering those to do a separate live for the attorneys, because there are 3 separate law firms that we need to look at. They give their pricing and what they do, and we need to look at those. Okay. Let's see. Companies. This was the business spotlight. I think they do that at every village board meeting. Is the these are things that came over from the committee of the whole. This is Wegman. We're going to be looking into them as well, because they have donated to the mayor's campaign, I believe, as well, allegedly. It always gives me alarm bells when construction companies also donate to the campaigns of mayors. Very interesting. Let's see what else. I have something else in here that I wanted to show you guys. These packets are so very long. It's very tedious to go through all of these things. You have to look at every page. I have so many books of notes on things. Now, check this out. In these contracts from the contractors, there's a bid rigging and bid rotating section where they're agreeing that they will not do any of the bid rigging or any of that. And it is this is a signed binding agreement. Those are the things that I found interesting. Tinley Park, I don't know how you feel about this, and maybe you don't care. I just feel like that is a lot of money. How high are your taxes going to go? The mayor claims that he has frozen the taxes. How? TIF districts are paid through taxes. That's how they're paid. The businesses that are in the TIF district, they actually pay the taxes if you have the business in the district. But if you don't have anything built there, then that money has to come from somewhere. That somewhere would be you as a taxpayer. And so that is the thing that frightens me. And you guys have at least 6 TIF districts that are active currently. That is so scary to me for you all. I'm looking for something, so I'm just trying to make sure I hit what I wanted to hit this evening. I didn't want anything to be too heavy, but I did want to show you where someone was not truthful with me about said information. And I just showed it to you, and the money came from the TIF district in order to do this. But if we are talking about relocation, how did you pay these relocation fees when the businesses are right back in the same spot that they came from, that they were initially in? So that, in fact, can't be a relocation fee because they did not relocate. But You saw it there in the agreement. And who is getting the fee for Tihans? Who got that fee? These are the questions. I feel like, in some ways, I feel like R. Kelly. These are the questions. Christopher Burke Engineering. I have not had a chance to look into them, but I will. Lots of things going on here in the village of Tinley Park that are alarming, that are frighteningly similar to Dalton. The amount of attorneys, the properties, the the 1.6 acres, and oh no, it's actually 6 acres. Well, which one is it actually? Is it 1.6 acres or is it 6 acres? I do know for a fact that a whole elementary school was torn down and rebuilt somewhere else. How many acres was it? Because most schools come with a lot of area space in order to have like tracks, football fields, or this was an elementary, so definitely like a play area, a wide open field where they could, let the kids run and play. So yeah, look at all this stuff. I mean, these people are just banking on the fact that you're not gonna look through all this. This is tedious. It is tedious now. I ain't gonna lie to you. My head hurt a lot. I was looking at the grant for Dalton, and I was also doing these things, looking through these things. So yeah, my head hurt a lot. A lot. But it was worth it, because when you send me a FOIA telling me you don't have records responsive to what I'm asking you for, and then I find it, then I have a problem right there. So Tinley, you need to get to your meetings, and I don't know, you need to ask these questions. Is T-Hans is open right now? I think it's T-Hans and Durbin's that's open in this TIF district. You need to rapidly get some other businesses open. I think payments are coming due in 2028. And then you go into their warrant list. Okay. This was a little light live tonight. I just wanted to show you guys that. Hold on. I got to go back, see what y'all talking about. Maybe there's a whole lot of suing going on in Tinley right now. Sound familiar? Okay, either way, that is concerning to me about how many law firms do you need? Even if there's a lot of suing, when you just need the village attorney and special counsel. So we need 3 law firms to conduct business. I don't know. In some states, if contractors donate to campaigns on a regular basis, they have to get lobbying licenses. That, I think that would be a good thing in all states. They have been lying and cheating us forever, a lot. Split it up between all your cohorts. Send it back to the FOIA officer and let her know they're hiding info from her. That would be so funny that they're hiding info from her. Wow, I gotta go see that. You know what? That might be something I might need to do. I don't know. Durbin's was relocated. It was not rebuilt in the same location they were in prior. Now I know that Durbin's was on that corner. Where did it move? Down the street? Did it move? Maureen Dillon, did it move down the street? I want to know what you consider relocation, because there is also a place in here that says relocation to another area is what it says in one of these notes. I think I saved it and highlighted it. Durbin's used to be on that corner. Let me put this picture back up. See if I can find it. Now, Durbin's used to be on this corner right here, so far as I remember. Not right here, not maybe not this close to the thing, but maybe right in here somewhere. Is that relocating to another area? Up, like from here to here? So that's what you're telling me? If that's what you're telling me, then fine. I know where Durbin's used to be. It used to be on this corner. Now, granted, the building did need to be torn down. If you ask me, that building needed to be torn down and maybe rebuilt. But they now have two locations: one at 183rd and Oak Park, and one on the adjacent corner to the prior location. Yeah. So did you pay for two locations? Did you pay for them to open up two locations? We got two locations now. What I'm asking is the one that was located on that corner, adjacent and on the adjacent corner to the prior location. So it's still in the same area. I'm confused now as to how that is relocation. To me, the one on 183rd and Oak Park, cool, right? The one that moved, what are you saying, adjacent corner to the prior location is still on that corner where it was previously. I don't know. But $500,000? I don't know. You could justify, I told you, I'm not the smartest person in the room. Justify however you like. I'm asking the question. Is there relocation? They got two locations. I ain't talking about the location on 183rd in Oak Park. So don't be confused. I'm not talking about that location. I'm talking about the location that was right here. Different corner. I tell you what, I'm going to take a trip down there again. And I'm going to do a live video and show the people where Durbin's used to be. And then we'll see where it is. That's what I want to know. But we will get it figured out. Well, like I said, it still doesn't negate the fact that the FOIA officer was not truthful when they said that they didn't have any records responsive to what I asked for, because there it is. The village board meeting and in the cow meeting. Would you like to explain that, Maureen Dillon? Do you know about that? Okay. Well, that's all I have for this evening. I'll be back with some more Tinley stuff. We're going to talk about TIF districts the next time and what they mean to you as a resident. Especially, they are called something different in every state. There are certain states that do not allow TIFs and don't have TIF districts. But we will get into that. And that'll be like a two-part thing. I also am going to probably break that up. I'm probably just going to break that up with some Dalton stuff. I want to go over these depositions. I have some depositions from Dalton that I want to discuss and talk about. So we'll do that as well. In the next coming days. We have the inauguration coming up on May 5th at Royal Estates in Dalton for Mayor Jason House. So don't forget about that, Cinco de Mayo. Okay? All this dang corruption has my head. It's a lot. It's a lot, Saint Center. You have people making excuses about, oh, it's 100 feet over here, it's 100 feet over there. But yeah, but I'm asking you, $60 million The website says it's 1.6 acres. The agreement says it's 6 acres. Who is correct? Was all this money justified? How come there are no notes from the board members discussing anything? There are no discussion notes. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the actual minutes for that meeting. That's what I meant to do. I'm going to pull up, let me go to the committees and see if I can pull up. We're going to go to the committee of the whole. We're going to go to 2023, 5/16, and we're going to actually look at the minutes. The minutes should be a lot more detailed. No meeting minutes. Yeah, no, I got them. These are from the COW meeting, from the committee of the whole, where I actually found the agreement, really every page of the agreement written out. So these are the minutes from that meeting. And it should have a discussion, right? Here's the ordinance, item number 6. Let me enlarge this so you guys can see it. Okay, so item number 6. Right here says that they're going to do calling for the public hearing on the Harmony Square project. They voted on that to have that hearing. Then it says discuss the purchase and sale of property for Harmony Square. There was a 1.9 million. There was no comments made. There was a vote. I mean, you don't have any discussion about none of these properties. Nobody want to ask, do we have the fair market value reports for each one of these properties? Nobody wanted to ask anything? Okay. Right here, they voted on the Fuentes property. They took that property for the area behind the stage, and it's a vacant lot on the north side of Tehans. Nobody had questions about that either. Here is the Harmony Square agreement. These are the minutes. Now, these minutes, they should state what people are saying, discussion about it, okay? This is the Harmony Square agreement, the one I read you about how much things were costing, how much they were paying Tehans to relocate, and how much they're paying Durbans to relocate, right? Here is that first item number 10. You see it there? There's another law firm, Griffin, Williams, McMahon, McMahon and Walsh, right there. Another one. So we saw 3. There's 3 in total. Nobody had a discussion about that. Why we need all these lawyers? Nothing. And the reason why I say these are minutes and nobody had any questions about this agreement and the payment going to Tehans, if we bought the naming rights, who are we paying $500,000 to? Because we already paid $200,000 for the naming rights, or why are we paying them to relocate if they no longer own the rights to Tehan? But anyway, those are all questions I would ask. And the reason why I say nothing, no discussion, you didn't see anything there, because look here, look at item number 11. When they went to discuss the annexation of Dendrinos, she wrote, Trustee Mueller stated he is happy with the annexation. Trustee Shaw stated staff answered all of his questions before the meeting. So did she not write the discussion that happened during this time? Because she wrote these 2 little frivolous comments. Trustee Mueller stated he is happy about the annexation, and Trustee Shaw and staff answered all the questions before the meeting. So nobody had any, you didn't write anything for the Harmony Square portion. Okay. Well, anyway, how can we trust those we are putting in charge? This is so disheartening. That boy is really watching out for the taxpayers. Hey, how you doing, Shanita? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you wrote those 2 comments, right? What happened to was there no discussion? These comments, he said he was happy. Did nobody say they was happy about the Harmony Square agreement? Did nobody say they felt good about the Harmony Square agreement? Nobody said anything. Child. It's so much more I could tell y'all, show y'all, and I will. But prima donna, I just don't understand when someone is showing you something that came directly. Okay, thank you. When someone sounds like to me they discussed it elsewhere. Okay, Seashell, because you wrote those 2 little frivolous comments. Trustee Mueller said he is happy about the annexation. Did we need to know that? I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm gonna sip my tea. I don't know. I'm asking, should there have been a discussion about a $60 million development? Should there have been a discussion about that? Anything. Somebody should have said anything. Especially the comment that I asked about the relocation incentives and fees. Nobody. $11 million in incentives going to this developer. No questions. No nothing. Nobody have anything. Okay. Tinley Park. I apologize for lying. It was not 58 million. It was 60. I showed you in your village cow meeting packet that your FOIA officer said they didn't have no record of. I found it interesting that this person come in making a comment about the location of Durbin's, but not making a comment about the most important things that I said. I found that interesting. But anyhow, anybody can ask any questions they want, and I can too. Info they don't want the residents to know off the books. I want to know why you told me you didn't have any such records responsive to what I asked you. If I was a normal person, which I can already admit that I'm not a normal person. If I was a normal person would never looked. They would have said the FOIA officer said they don't have anything, so they don't have it. If I can't trust the FOIA officer to give me the information, what we doing? I don't know. Okay. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you to all 31 of you that watched this video. I hope you like, subscribe, and share. Twitch. I think I'm going to go live on Twitch only this weekend, and we're going to get some content started over there. We are going to start talking about some issues, some things. Should we be angry about certain things? Should we be talking about certain topics? What should we let go? Okay, what should we just be like, listen, I don't want to fight that fight. I'm not going to die on that hill with you today. We're going to try to do some very interesting things over there. Okay. Thanks, SP, for another great informative show tonight. Have a great night. You too, Justin. Thank you. Thank you. Lot to process. Yeah, I'm just trying to give it to you guys in doses. It's a lot going over here at this one. This one is a lot more intricate and complicated, especially when you start adding TIF districts and those types of things. But next time I will add in the TIF district. We'll talk about that. That'll be a smaller breakdown. Give that to y'all in doses because that's very, intricate to understand too. Not that you can't, you can. Hey, Dave Bryson, no problem, Dave Bryson. Thank you, SP, for a fire live. Please have a good rest for the evening in the chat. Yes, you too, Saint Center. Saint Center, I have your shirts. Your shirts are on the way, so I'll send you an email. Okay. For everyone that's a part of my members community, we are ready to sell the shirt, so I'm going to get the agreement over to the vendor, which is a Dalton vendor, and then she'll put them on the website, and I will post the link for you all to be able to purchase the Meeting of the Mind shirts. So we are ready to go on that. Okay. I hope to see some of you over there on Twitch. My Twitch, again, is all in the queue, the number 2. All in the queue, the number 2. We're going to be over there doing different content from here. Sometimes we'll cross the content, but we're going to be doing specific content just for Twitch. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys, take it easy this weekend. Don't hurt nobody out here in these YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all them platform streets, okay? And remember.
Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you.